Colorado High School Activities Association football is on Morgan County's B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This afternoon from Legion Field in Fort Morgan, it is game number 10 of the season for the Mustangs as the Severance Silver Knights have come to town. Good afternoon, everyone. Brian Nickel along with Kevin Rohde. Kevin, it just doesn't seem to get any easier for these Mustangs. Every team that comes in is on their way to the playoffs, so they have a lot to play for. Severance are number 12 right now, and they would like to hold that or get better.
Right, and Fort Morgan, even at 2-7, is ranked 23rd in state in RPI. They're in the top half RPI with only 2 wins because the teams that they've played are going into the playoffs preseason, as well as, like as in Pueblo East and Lutheran, as well as everyone in the league is going to make the playoffs besides Fort Morgan.
So we'll see what the Mustangs can do. I didn't get a lot of information off of Max Preps for Severance. They're 3-6 overall, 1-3 in league, averaging 15.6 points a game and giving up 14. Fort Morgan is 2-7 overall, 0-4 in league, 13.6 points a game and 29.4 they're giving up. Fort Morgan comes in on a 5-game losing streak, and Severance comes in on a 1-game win streak.
And I'm imagining that both teams are going to concentrate on running because the footing's going to be not so good. I'm sure if you're from Fort Morgan, you're aware we had snow and then a lot of rain, but not enough of rain to melt all the snow. So they came and cleared off the field.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a break while the national anthem is going to be played. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains. Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde back here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan. The Mustangs are going to start off the game by receiving. I believe the Severance won the toss and they elected to defer to the second half. So we'll see what the Mustangs can muster up here this afternoon. The kickoff is brought to you by Bailey Mechanical. When your temperature is not quite right, call your local Lennox dealer, Bailey Mechanical, 970-522-0471. Back for the Mustangs deep is Frankie Rias along with Angel Lopez Sirinana.
All right for the kickoff.
Kicking off for Severance is going to be Tyler Haney. As we get things underway here. And that is going to be caught at the 21, across the 25, out to the 32, and that is going to be Sincere Coleman for the Mustangs. So they will start at the 32. See what the Mustangs what they come out here. See if they're going to run, they're going to pass. What they're.
If your receivers have some footing, it's not a bad time to pass because the pass rush can't, really get traction to rush, and the defenders in the back have to react where the receivers know where they're going.
So for the Mustang, J.J. Marquez, that quarterback, going to send Frank in motion, and he's going to reverse. Going to be a handoff to Frank around the right side. He's going to cut it back to the left out to almost the 30. It's going to be out to the 34. Looks like he'll be a gain of 2. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 8 from the 34. They thought maybe he had a little more room there than he had. It looked like it was open, but Severance closed in pretty quick. So 2nd and 8 from the 34. About 40 degrees, not much wind here this afternoon, which make it somewhat more pleasant outside. We're inside here at Legion Park. JJ back, pass over the far side is going to be caught, and that is going to be enough for a first down. And that is to Broden Jess. So we're going to put the tight end into a little use here today. Glad to see that out to the 45. 11-yard pass to Jess. Mustangs hurry up to snap back. It's going to be a handoff now. A pitch back to JJ. Frankie's wide open, and it's going to be almost intercepted. If he could have let him a little bit more, just underthrown.
Ball's incomplete. He's in it by number 20, Max Young.
The old adage, you got to stretch the defense, make them respect you.
Max Yawn, I believe, is the one that almost came down with it, but he was open. It just took too long to get there, and the defense was able to close in. So we'll see what happens here now on 2nd and 10. From the 45, 2 receivers right. Going to send Frank in motion. There's going to be a handoff to Samson Ortega up the middle, and he is going to get just back to the line of scrimmage.
Helping out on the stop, number 45.
So 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs.
That'll bring up 3rd down. for the Mustangs.
Passing situation here for Fort Morgan as JJ gets his sign from the sideline. Going to put Frankie and Angel to the left. Broden Jess going to split wide to the right as they still wait for the play to come in.
And it appears that Severance is playing man-to-man out on the edge so that they can put 7 in the box.
Ashton Meeks realigns to the left side. False penalty on the Mustangs, illegal procedure. Well, somebody must have been somebody on the line. I don't know who it was, but that'll bring up a 3rd and 15.
And you can't get behind the chains. 3rd and 10 is bad enough. 3rd and 15 in these conditions with this team, they're going to have better 3rd down situations going forward.
Yep. So Ashton Meeks once again realigns to the left side. Snap back to JJ. He drops back. He's going to be hit. I don't know if that's going to be a fumble. They're going to call it an incomplete pass, which is a good thing because Severance got on top of it. But he was coming around, the defender around the right side of that offensive line, and JJ just wasn't able to, didn't feel the pressure and didn't step up and get away from it.
Yeah, and he had people coming from both sides, kind of met there in the middle.
So 4th and 15. Let's see who that is. It's back for Severance. Can't see. See if we get a good snap here to Frankie. Going to be a skipper, but he picks it up. Nice punt by Frankie Rias, but it's going to take a wildcat bounce. And then it dies about the 43-yard line of Severance.
Yeah, they netted about 17 yards on that punt field position. Got to do better than that.
9:38 to go here. First period. One receiver, one left and one right. Going to be handoff up the middle, and Fort Morgan defense is there to meet Ian Pennick. And they are going to say, I guess he got back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. Nice job there by the Mustang interior line.
Yeah, they did a good job on that one.
See who that is up front there. For the Mustangs is receiver split left and right. Going to be a play action as they roll out to the left. Pass is going to be incomplete to his tight end. And that starting quarterback is Avery Thomas. But they had him pretty well covered. But I think the ball was there. He just wasn't able to bring it in. But 3rd and 10 from the 43.
So a good job of putting them in long and 3rd and long position.
So receiver split left and right. I formation behind the quarterback. But yes, behind the quarterback. Short drop, and that's going to be through the hands of the intended receiver, Derek Potts. So another incomplete pass. That'll bring up 4th and 10.
Yeah, and, so far the 2 incompletes really aren't the quarterback's fault.
No. Yeah, that was right there and went right through his hands. So back for the Mustangs.
Maybe it's just at the end of the season the gloves are starting to wear out and they're not as tacky as they were when you first bought them.
Couldn't afford some new ones. So Angel Lopez starting on along with Jaden Carrera back for the punt. Snap back. Oh, and that's going to be a short punt off to the right as it finally rolls and it's going to be
Punt is down by the
down
Silver
at
Knights
about where they were before,
First and 10, Mustangs.
at the 34. So first and 10 Mustangs from their own. See where they're going to finally put it. Going to be the 30. They mark it back to the 33. With 8:45 to go here, first period. Snap back to JJ. It's going to be a handoff
To 18.
to 18, and that is
Jess.
no, Jess is 88. That is going to be Aiden Brown. That's going to be a loss of 1 on the run. Back to the 32, so 2nd and 11 from the 32. So I'm not getting much push up front on the offensive line. They had some bigger kids out there warming up for Severance, but I don't see them out there. Look like they're standing over on the sideline right now. They'll snap back. It's going to be a handoff to Brown once again. He goes up the middle. And he'll get out to about the 35. It'll be a gain of. Nope. Maybe they're only going to mark it. Where are they putting it at? 35.
34. Well, yep, 35.
So gain of 3. So it'll be 3rd and 8
Gave him about 3 yards on the play, brings up 3rd down.
from the 35.
I hope Ortega isn't hurt.
So 2 receivers right. They try to draw them off sides. Now they'll look over to the sideline and get their instructions. Snap back. Marquez is running around. He's coming back. There's going to be a holding call. So Marquez just as well get rid of it. And he is going to end up out of bounds. About where the line of scrimmage was, but I would guess that they will probably decline that and make it 4th down. I would be my
That's the
guess.
indication.
It was a loss of 1, so it'll be. Yeah, they're going to decline it. So 4th and 9
Declines. 4th down for the Mustangs.
from the 34. So far, neither offense is showing much right now. Of course, Severance, they're only averaging 15 points a game, so they're not a high-powered offense. Their defense is what they shut out Mountain View last week, 22-0. Frankie, nice. That's a better high punt from Frank. Going to be caught about the 37. It's going to get loose on the far sideline across the 45. And finally brought down by Eden Brown. Nice one-handed tackle out there by Brown.
Number 8, Reed Green on the return.
Yeah, they seemed like they had him surrounded there, 3 or 4 guys, and he just kind of maneuvered out. And luckily that, Aiden Brown was able to get a hold of him.
And he had a nice grip on him. So Severance comes out 1st and 10 from their own 47. As they line up 2 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left, going to be a keeper by the quarterback. He's going to get downfield, going to get almost to the, he is going to get to the Fort Morgan 45-yard line.
That's the running back, number 2, was in the Wildcat, it looked like.
Ian Pennick. So 2nd and 2 from the Fort Morgan 45. Pennick lines up as the deep back. 2 receivers, 1 receiver right, 1 left. Going to be a handoff to Pennick on that left side. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. He'll get down to the 40.
Ian Pennick on
That'll be a gain of 5. Brings up a 1st down for
number 54, Dominic Vasquez.
the Silver Knights of Severance.
Silver Knights 1st down at the 40-yard line.
So enough push there for the Knights to get that 1st down. See who that is starting for the starting quarterback, I believe, is Brady the Avery Thomas, Brady Iverson, I believe is who it is. Going to be a handoff on the far side to Pennick. He's going to get around that edge, get down to the 30 to see if that's. Looks like he's going to be short by a yard. It's going to be second and 1 after a gain of 9. Ian Pennick is their go-to guy this afternoon. There wasn't much information on Max Preps that I could see, so second one from the 31. One receiver right, one left. Two backs in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Pennick. Nice job there. Noah Aguirre in the backfield as he drops Pennick for a loss. Back to the 33, so it's a loss of 2. So,
and that's what we need is some, kind of outstanding plays by the Fort Morgan defense to stop them, because they really had a little bit of a groove going there on this drive.
So 3rd and 3 from the 33. Receivers left and right. Going to be a handoff to Pennick on that left side. He's going to struggle forward enough, and he will get the first down inside the 30. And he'll get that down to the 28, 20. We'll have to go to the 29, not quite to the 28.
That's already his 6th carry.
Maybe this is what they do. They like to run the ball and they like to eat time off the clock, and then they let their defense shut down the other offense.
When they go to that Wildcat, they
Yep,
put the quarterback out wide.
Yeah, that's going to be what it is this time, down inside the 25. They set 2 H-backs to the right, to the side they're going to run to. So they're going to mark that at the 23. So 2nd down and 4 from the 23. It is senior day here at Legion Field. We'll give a mention out to those seniors as the game goes on. Wildcat once again. Pennick is going to be a handoff over on that left side. Bucanera misses the tackle, and they're going to say going to be just short. He had to get to the 29 or to the 19.
First run for Rain.
It's 3rd down and inches.
It's going to be just 3rd and short. So we'll call it 3rd and 1 from the just short of the 19.
And I'm sure they're in 4-down territory if they don't make it on this one.
Yeah, we'll see if it's a keeper, if they're going to hand off to the deep back Pennick. Going to be a handoff up to the short back. Nice run by the running back there, and that's Caden. Once again, Caden Reyna. So 1st and 10 from the 11. 8-yard run there for Reyna.
And they're just establishing dominance on the line of scrimmage in this drive. And Mustangs are going to have to figure that out.
Quarterback under center. Going to be a handoff once again to Reyna as he goes up the middle. He spins and turns. He's down inside the 5. And they're going to put him out about the 4, it looks like. So it'll be a gain of 7. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Looks like more like 2nd and 2. It's hard to tell where they've got it. Receiver split each side. Going to be a handoff once again up the middle. And into the end zone is going to be Caden Reyna for the touchdown run. And that comes with 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first quarter. But Reyna took that last, 3 or 4 handoffs, and he was the offense for getting them downfield and then into the end zone. So,
yeah, they ran Pennick 7 times in a row, and then came back with Reyna 4 times in a row, and he gets the points under his name.
Looks like they're gonna go for 2. Lineup going to be to Reyna once again, and he is going to be in for the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion.
So that will make it
Severance now
8-0 Severance.
2:07 left on the first quarter clock.
So some of the seniors this year for the Mustangs, we'll just go along here. Angel Lopez Sarinana, Yatelli Busanera, Ashton Meeks, Samson Ortega, Wyatt Patterson, Dominic Vasquez, Anthony Cibrian, Miguel Davila, Victor Villalobos, Peyton Vickers, Christian Velasquez, Avery Jacino, Aiden Diaz-Gill, along with Noah Aguirre, Samuel Gabbert, Joel Morales, and tight end, nope, Broden Jess is not a senior, I'm sorry. He's got one more year. We're pushing him out too soon here.
And we're getting that roster off of Max Preps, so if we left off any seniors, our apologies.
Yeah.
Take it up with Max Preps.
That's right. So kickoff, and that is going to bounce to Angel Lopez Sarinana about the 18, across the 25, out across the 30.
Angel Lopez, sorry, none on the return.
So a decent return, but where they've been starting from.
First and 10, Mustangs.
So you have a 1st and 10 from their own 31. So Angel Lopez and Frankie both go to the right. Frank in the slot. Ashton Meeks and Jess realigned to the right side. Going to be a snap back, going to be a handoff on that right side, and downfield is going to be Samson Ortega. He's going to get it out across the 35 out to the 37-yard line, so a gain of 6.
After a 6-yard run.
So 2nd and 4 from the 37. Snap back once again, handoff to Ortega as he goes up the middle. He's going to be just short of the 1st down. He didn't get quite to the 40. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. It looks like he got to the 39.
On the 39-yard line.
So not taking as long to get the plays called in from the sideline. Frankie's coming to the left. Angel Lopez is going to split wide right. See what the Mustangs can do. It's going to be a keeper by JJ. He's going to get across to the 1st down, across the 45 out to the 47. Nice keeper by JJ Marquez. And he gets it out to the 47, so a gain of 8. 1st and 10 to the 47.
That was some tough running by JJ. Although he's such a tall, lanky kid, he stays high and
Yeah.
takes those blows as the other opponents come in after he's wrapped up.
So JJ, they're going to send Ashton Meeks to realign to the right side. Going to be a rollout by JJ. Looks downfield. He's going to be hit when he throws it, and it's going to be intercepted by Severance, and that is going to be Ethan Shires with the interception. One that JJ probably wishes he hadn't have thrown. I don't remember who was down there. Might have been Frankie, but he wasn't open.
Yeah, I think that's his first pick in 3 games. Sounds like he threw any against Pomona or who was it before Pomona? Thompson Valley.
Yeah. So we're down to 18.9 seconds left here in the first period of play from Legion Field in Fort Morgan. Severance leads it 8-0 on a run by Reyna, and then a 2-point conversion also by Reyna. And in motion, right to left, going to be a handoff up the middle. Yeah, not much there, and that is going to be that Kelson Gazdick.
Helping out on the stop, number 50, Wyatt Patterson.
And that will probably be the last play of quarter number one. So we will take a break here as the Mustangs find themselves on the short end of the score here by a count of 8-0 Severance here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back here at Legion Field, Severance on a 2nd and 9 from the 24. Handoff, and not much there for Ian Pennick. He does get across the 25 to the 26. So it brings up a 3rd and long. 3rd and medium. Looks like about a 3rd and 7 from the 26.
A long 6, short 7. And now the wind's picking up a little bit, blowing out of the northwest, west-northwest.
Cool it down a little bit more. So 1 receiver left, 1 right. Got an H back with a deep back behind the quarterback. Going to be a left-handed throw out here, and that is going to be caught in and out of bounds, and that is going to be Derek Potts.
Pass is completed to number
But I think he's going to be
13,
just short. It's going to bring up a 4th and see, they got to get to the 4th and 1 from the 32. So a pass there, a gain of 4. As they're going to go for it, which they've been able to pick up. Back there's Kelson Gazdick. Going to be a handoff, and I don't know if he. Yep, let's see if he made it or not. On the they're going to give it to him. If he could have grabbed him a little higher, but he stretched it out when he went down. So Busanera with the stop, but
he is good for his first down.
Was just enough. They mark it just at the 33, so he did get his 1.
Moves the chains. That's the important part for Severance.
Yep. I'm going to go Wildcat once again as they're going to send their quarterback wide to the left. Looks like Wildcat to the right, and it'll be a Wildcat as it goes around that right side out across the 35 and runs out of bounds. That is Ian Pennick. He's run out of bounds over there by Busanera.
Looks like they'll give him the
About
36.
Run out of bounds around the 36-yard line.
So a gain of 3. So 2nd and 7 from their own 36-yard line. But the field looks like it's in pretty good condition for what we've had for the last 3 days. It doesn't look like the turf is being dug up too bad. So looks like it's going to be Wildcat once again. Going to be a snapback. It's going to be a handoff this time to Reyna as he goes around that right side. Goes down inbounds. It's going to be just short of the line to gain. It looks like it's going to be about a 3rd and 1 from the 42. So 3rd and 1 from the 42. Back under center is going to be Brady Iverson. So he's going to give it once again around that right side. They're going to have enough for the first down with Ian Pennick. He's going to get marking over here almost to the 49. I don't think he got, I don't know what this ref is looking at over here. We got a flag at the 45. So we'll see if that'd be a weird place for a holding call.
Someone on the sideline or something as they went out of bounds. But he did tell the flag crew to go back and stay where they were. So it makes me think that it's against the defense or against the offense. But
he said he got out to the 49. Dead ball unsportsmanlike on Severance.
Dead ball unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Severance.
So the play will count.
Yep.
And then they'll mark it off.
So 7 yards for Pennick.
15 yards from there. Going to take it back to the original line of scrimmage, so it should be If it's dead ball, should be a 1st and 10, if I'm correct. They're still showing 3rd down, but it's got to be a 1st and 10 because it was after the, yep, 1st and 10 from the 34. So I formation, receiver split left and right. Drops back, pass down that left sideline, and that is going to be, I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag on that. It looked like it was face guarding over there, but nothing was called on the play. So good defense by the Mustangs. As long as you can get away with it, it's a good defensive play.
Yeah, and he was with them. I think if he would have led them, I think he had a step on us, but it would have took a perfect pass to get that in.
Yeah, he was more of a die and duck there on that pass than anything. Under center once again is Brady Iverson. Going to be a handoff on that right side. Into the backfield is Noah Aguirre once again. That's going to be a loss as they hand the ball off to Pennick, but Noah with a nice job. That's the second one he's done here this afternoon, getting into the backfield. So they'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Only the second time they've held Pennick for a loss.
Yeah, and I think it's been Noah both times that has got him in the backfield. So Noah Aguirre with a good game here going this afternoon. Looks like Wildcat once again. They're going to put Pennick. Except he's going. Oh, sorry, that's not Pennick. That is going to be the regular quarterback. Careful. And as the ball falls incomplete to Ethan Shires, so that'll bring up a 4th down. So nice job by the Mustangs to.
Aided by the penalty on the sideline.
Yep.
Not sure who that was on, but you think as a runner goes out of bounds and then there's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, that it's got to be something said or done.
Yeah, I didn't see much activity really going on. Somebody must have said something. Anyway, 4th and 12 from the 32. Snap back. Kind of a low floater. Is it going to bounce at the 40, 45 down to the 35, 33 yard line? So a nice bounce there for
33-yard line.
Severance. Yes, we are 8:08 left on the clock here.
About average field position for the Mustangs.
Yep.
They really haven't had much of a break field position-wise, but haven't really been pinned back either.
So 1st and 10, it's about, you're right, that's about where they've been starting every time. So 1st and 10 from their own 33. See if they can get a drive going here. Two receivers split left. They're going to realign Jess and Meeks to the left. Snap back. It's going to be a handoff to Brown once again around that left side. He gets across the 40. Yep. Thought he was going to could not get quite to the 40. See if that's a face mask or holding. Holding, it looks like, on Fort Morgan.
Holding against the Mustangs.
So it seems like anytime they get a decent run, they bring it back. So it'll be 10 yards from that spot.
So Fort Morgan needs to eliminate those negative plays, whether it's the penalties or mishandling the ball or whatever.
So 1st down from the 28. They're calling it 1st and 16, 1st and 15. Two receivers to the left. JJ, they're going to put Ashton Meeks in motion. Going to be fake to Ashton Meeks. It's going to be two as JJ is brought down in the backfield as he did not have time once the fake handoff took place. He just did not have any time to look downfield to see if anybody was even available.
Yeah, loss of 12 on a 1st and 15 is pretty much a death knell of this drive.
Yeah. So that'll bring up a second. Second and 28. Back at the 15, it looks like. Going to be a handoff on this near side, and that's going to be Aiden Brown, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. So no push up front on for the Mustang offensive line. So it'll bring up a third and 33.
Yeah, that one, the timing was just not right. And sometimes without the timing, they just, one thing we haven't seen today is Fort Morgan running the quick hitters.
Right.
And sometimes that works better for Fort Morgan.
So now JJ looks over to the sideline, gets his sign. They got two receivers split right and left. Ashton Meeks and Jess to the right. Going to be snapped back to JJ. Looks down, pass over on that left side. But that's going to skip to Frankie. So not a good pass there by JJ. So that'll bring up a fourth and 33 from their own 10.
Yeah, the passing game's not working for Fort Morgan. JJ 1 of 5 for 11 yards and 1 interception.
So back for Severance will be Reed Green as he stands about the Mustang 42-yard line. Good snap back to Frankie. Frankie with a nice punt. It's going to land out about the 40. Nice roll down to the 40. 35 to the 34. Nice punt there by Frankie Rias.
Yeah, he finally got one. That was nice.
So kind of flipped the field there for him. So they'll bring up a first and 10 Severance from their own 34.
That's net 56-yard.
Nice.
But you don't see that in high school very often, especially on a soggy field where it won't bounce.
6:02 left here. First half with the Severance Silver Knights up 8-0. Going to be a handoff to Pennick once again. He's going to get it out to about the 35, maybe just across the 35.
Stopped on the play by number 15, Kemper Smith.
So nice job there by the Mustang interior line. So they'll bring up second and 8 from it's almost the 36.
Fort Morgan defense doing a good job of eliminating the big plays. They've had several that are almost 10, but no double-digit plays at all.
So Iverson's going to give it off. This time it'll be to C.J. Johnson as he is going to scoot out, but there's a flag in the backfield. I'm going to guess that's going to be a hold on Severance, and it is. So that's going to come back. So that will be a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
10-yard spot foul.
Dropping it back to the 26.
So it should be about second and yeah, they're getting set up here.
18.
But yep. Second and 18 from the 26. Brady Iverson in the shotgun formation now for Severance. One receiver left, one right. Looks out here to the left. That's going to be a completed pass to Derek Potts.
Completed to number 13, Derek Potts.
He had to go down for it. So where he caught it is as far as he went. That's out to the 29-yard line. So gain of 13.
3.
Third down.
Gain of 3
Or
on
gain
that
of 3, I'm sorry.
one. Yep. Bringing up 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15 from the 29. Giving them more credit than they deserve.
Yeah.
So 2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation for Iverson. Pass down that right side. Open is going to be the receiver, and that is going to be a nice catch over there by Derek Potts.
Pass is completed to number 13.
As he had got behind the defense.
Gain is good for a Severance first down.
So 1st and 10 down at the Mustang
37 yard line.
37.
29 yards on that, my calculation. Nice pass.
So it was a nice pass. Nice catch over there by Derek Potts.
Potts seems to be the hot hand. He's the only one who's been able to pull in any of the passes and get yardage.
Under center once again is Iverson. Going to be a handoff up the middle, and I believe that is going to be Ian Pennick again. So he gets it to the 45, or the 35, excuse me. It'll be a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 from the Mustang 35. Severance leads it 8-0 on a short run by Reyna with a 2-point conversion. Going to be a handoff to Pennick once again up the middle, and he is loose, and he is not going to be caught as he broke through the defensive line on that right side in for the touchdown.
Number 2, Ian Pennick.
So Ian Pennick into the end zone with 3:01 left here in the first half of play. So that's a 35-yard scamper by Ian Pennick.
I guess we can blame that one on me. I was the one that said they hadn't broke for any big place, and then they throw for 28, 24, and then run for 35.
We won't tell them. So see, they're going to line up and go for 2 once again. Reyna and Pennick in the backfield. And it's going to be to Reyna once again. I believe they're going to hold him short this time, though. Nice job by the interior defensive line.
2-point conversion is prevented.
Looks like Joel Morales.
Was made by number 85, Joel Morales.
Yes, he put the stop to it. But a touchdown run by Pennick. PAT is no good.
That weather has kind of played havoc on a lot of the playoffs. All the divisions in Colorado football besides 3A have their first week of playoffs this week. And so Wiggins moving theirs to tomorrow.
1 o'clock
And
at Wiggins.
I know that Prairie was supposed to go down to Adelia, but they had 10 inches of snow as of Thursday night. I don't know what they're at now, but they were hoping to make it up to Prairie and play on Prairie's natural turf field.
Well, I know Prairie's field is going to be used tomorrow because a Rickery Woodland is playing Fleming at Prairie tomorrow.
Oh,
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where they're.
so they'll have to play today then to get that
That's a
in.
possibility. I didn't see what they were up to, but I know a lot of the fields over there, east of here, were not playable. So 14-0 Severance. High kickoff, and that is going to be taken at the 20. Looks like Ashton Meeks got across the 30.
Number 26, Samson Ortega.
Oh, Samson Ortega. I'm sorry. I thought it was Meeks. It is Samson Ortega. Mustang down at the 25-yard line.
12 for the Mustangs.
See who that.
Heard the name Melendez.
You have
Someone.
injured Mustang on the field.
So it'll be a 1st and 10. Fort Morgan is a 10 to the injured Mustang. See, he's going to pop up here in a minute. Looks like he's sitting up now anyway. 2:55 to go here, first half.
Well, Fort Morgan hasn't been able to muster much offense,
Injured Mustang is number
but it'd be
12,
good to
Henry Mullen.
at least use up the time and
You hope to see
not
him
leave
down the field soon.
Severance with an opportunity to score any more this half.
We'll see if they keep Fort Morgan short on yardage, if they're going to start using their timeouts. But it'll be 1st and 10 Fort Morgan from their own 32. So JJ in the shotgun as usual. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. As he now looks over, Samson Ortega, the lone back, In the backfield, Ashton Meeks lines up in the H-back formation to the left side. It's going to be a snap back. JJ looks over to the left. He's going to be pushed out to the left, and he is going to end up being dropped inside the 25.
Sack on the play by number
Looks like they're
88,
going to mark it,
Marshall
giving
Lewis.
forward progress to the 24. It'll be
Second down for the Mustangs.
a loss of 4. It'll be second and 14 from the 20.
Oh, they're down on
24.
the 24, so
More than
8
that.
yard.
8-yard loss, excuse me. So a sack by Severance. Ashton Meeks now lines up on the right side, looks over to the left. JJ is looking. He's going to get hit once again. He's taking too much time in the pocket. Now Severance is going to call a
Sack on the
timeout, but
play
he
by
was
number
sacked
22, Ryan Myers.
back at the 16-yard
Third
line.
down for the Mustangs.
There's a 12-yard loss. So was it third?
Timeout, Severance.
They're saying, where's it at? At the
16.
16-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, it's third and forever, and
They're saying,
you know, Severance is rushing 6 or 5, I should say, and Fort Morgan's keeping 7 into block. They just can't keep those 7 or those 5 guys out that long. They've got to come up with a quicker passing
yeah,
attack that they had. They had that in the last couple games that worked a lot better for them. I know when you're second and 20 or second and 18, you feel like you have to go downfield, but you also have to keep from giving them, a layup at the end of the half for another score.
yeah. They haven't, as you said, they haven't done anything quick like a wide receiver screen or conventional screen to the back. So third and 27. JJ looks over to the side once again. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Samson Ortega, the lone back behind JJ. Snap's going to give it off to Samson Ortega, and there's not going to be anything there. He's going to get out to about the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got anything, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 27 once again. And timeout taken by Severance. I think that's their second. Premier Farm Credit. For over 100 years, they've been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Visit premieraca.com. Second quarter is brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let an injury keep you out of the game. Learn more about Sydney Regional Medical Center at sydneyrmc.com. The first quarter was brought to you by Buildings by Design. First impressions are important. Buildings by Design will make your vision a reality. Visit buildsbydesign.com. So see if Frankie's got another 56-yard punt in him.
They made quick work of those 56 yards last drive.
Yeah, it didn't take long. 5 plays.
Fourth down for the Mustangs. After
Frankie
the overnight.
lines up about 15 yards deep. Looks like once again it's going to be Reed Green standing back at his own 45 as they await the snap. Nice snap back to Frank. And that punt was almost blocked, but nice high punt. It's going to be taken at the 50, and he's going to be taken down in the back behind there, and that is going to be Aiden Brown, I believe, that with the tackle.
By number 18, Aiden
Yep,
Brown.
nice job there by Aiden Brown. Nice punt by Frankie. It will be at the
44.
first and 10 from their own 44.
Ball spot at the 44-yard line.
With a minute 48 to go here in the first half. Mustangs trail it by a count of 14-0. Handoff up the middle once again. Nice job by Wyatt Patterson as they drop Pennick for a loss.
Patterson on the stop.
They're going to give him Forward motion. It's going to be a loss back to the 41.
Second down.
So 2nd and 13 from the 41. Nice job by Wyatt Patterson. Receiver left and right. Going to be a pitch back to Pennick once again, and he is going to be brought down in bounds. I believe they didn't show it, but
16, Kenneth Underwood.
Got a couple.
2-yard gain on the play, brings
So-
up third down.
3rd and 11 from the 43. As the clock runs. Apparently figure they're not. See if they make it here, if they end up calling timeout. Not a good pitch, and he has to go down on it. That was a terrible pitch by the quarterback, Brady Iverson.
Fumble on the play, covered up by number 2.
And now-
Pennick.
Timeout is taken. I didn't see timeout. Fort Morgan.
Timeout, Mustangs.
So that'll bring up. They're only saying that is a loss of 1 back to the. No more than that.
Oh,
Back to
6.
back to the 37.
Yep, loss of 6.
So 4th and 17.
It's definitely difficult to perceive the yard markers today. They don't seem as bright in a
No.
cloudy day and soaking wet.
But Fort Morgan with the timeout. See what they plan on doing it once they get the punt from Severance. Gordon Insurance. Be prepared for everything life throws at you. Car insurance, life insurance, farm insurance, and crop insurance. All at Gordon Insurance. Visit GordonINS.com. So punting. Let's see that number is. I can't see who that is that's punting for Severance. Mustang looks like they're bringing everybody. And do not get the punt blocked, but not a good kick. It lands at the 50.
It's 36 that punted for him.
36.
Punt is down at the 47-yard line.
So their punter is Micah Lambert. But a short punt. We'll see if the Mustangs can do anything with it here. There's only 17.6 seconds left as they will start from their own 47. So 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Ashton Meeks once again lines up as the H-back. JJ drops back, deep pass down this right side, and that is going to be a flag that's going to be pass interference against the defense, but that's only a 15-yard penalty in high school ball, so it really doesn't hurt him. It's not a spot foul. We'll bring up a 1st and 10, though, for the Mustangs.
It does stop the clock.
So that'll be a 1st and 10 from the they're calling it holding. Okay. I thought when it was in the air, it should be pass interference, not holding.
Penalty against the defense.
Yeah, that was not a good call, but still it's a 10-yard penalty, I guess.
First down.
High school, it's 10-yard to the 44, pass down that left sideline, and just out of the reach of Broden Jess.
Fastball is incomplete.
So incomplete pass. I'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Should be the last play unless it's something really quick into the sideline.
So 2nd and 10 from their Severance 43. Jess what lines up wide left. Angel Lopez starting on it here to the right. Frankie in the slot. Samson Ortega just to the right of JJ. Snap back to Marquez as he's going to step up. Runs out to his left and pass downfield, and that is going to be, should be holding. How do they not, there, okay, I didn't see the flag, but that I can see is it's either going to be pass interference or holding. It looked like holding, he was pulling his shirt, but there's no time left on the clock, but they will get one timeout.
Yep. And you're
Frankie
right,
is
Frankie's
down.
hurt.
So Frank down at the, almost at the goal line. As the coaching crew heads over to end the.
And I think they definitely are hurt today because no one wants to lay down on that soggy, wet field if they don't have to.
So I know he was being held over there. I don't know if they are going to call it a holding or call it pass interference, but they'll give him a chance to get a shot to the end zone. Let's see where they play it. It's going to be at the 28-yard line.
Looks like they gave him 15, so.
So 1st and 10. As they attend to Frankie over on the far side. Northeastern, it's not just college, it's Northeastern. The largest residential community college in Colorado wants to help you in your educational journey. Visit njc.edu for more. A good sign. Frank is up and walking on his own. Looks like he's holding that. Looks like he's holding his right arm.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Maybe came down on that shoulder. Hopefully it's not a collarbone. Last night in our league, Roosevelt fell to Mountain View at Roosevelt's home, 32-22. So
that's kind of a shocker.
It is a bit of a shocker.
So 1st and 10 Mustangs. They will get one shot here. The cannot end on a defensive penalty. So Severance has one gentleman back about the 8-yard line. So Marquez, I can't imagine it'd be much of a sign here. You just send people to the end zone and we'll try to get it to you. As he gets the snap and he's going to be flushed out to the right, and he's not going to get a chance to get rid of it as he is going to be sacked by Ryan Myers. So he came unabated from that right side of the defense. So
lost 20 yards on that. Yep.
So that is how this first half will come to an end, on a sack by Severance as they lead it by a count of 14-0 here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Trail it here by a count of 14-0. The Severance went ahead on a 4-yard run by Pennick. No, it was Renia, and then the 2-point conversion made it 8-0. The Severance Silver Knights then got a 35-yard run, also from Pennick. PAT was no good for the 14-0 lead. I think Kevin's got some numbers for us.
Yeah, I'll run through the Fort Morgan numbers quickly. Marquez is 5 attempts with 1 completion for 11 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Jess, the receiver that caught that 1 ball. And rushing, Urias has 1 carry for 2 yards. Ortega 4 for 9. Brown 4 for 1 yard. And Marquez with all his sacks, 6 attempts for minus 45 yards. Haven't figured out the totals for those. Must have been sleeping on the job. Then for Severance, Iverson 3 for 7 for 33 yards. Potts catching all 3 of those. Then rushing, Pennick, 17 attempts for 72 yards, 1 touchdown. Reyna, 30 yards on 5 carries for 1 touchdown, and Gazdick has the other 2 carries for a total of 2 yards. So total rushing 104 and total passing 33, so that makes 137 total yards, which seems like it should be more than that. But Fort Morgan did hold them for
Yep.
You know, and made them go slow on most of those drives. Fort Morgan, it's got 11 yards passing and 33 rushing, so -22 yards on the day for the Mustangs, and it's just not really going their way. And here they have to kick the ball off
Yep.
to Severance. Severance's front seven is just dominating Fort Morgan's, both definitely defensively, and on the offense, they're able to maintain the drives and go down and score twice.
So we will see what Severance does once they get the ball, and maybe Fort Morgan will come out and surprise them with an onside kick. I don't know if they would do that. They'd give them a short field if they didn't recover it. Julian Mahia kicking off for the Mustangs, another senior that has come over from the soccer team to help out the Fort Morgan football Mustangs.
Rags for the kickoff.
Deep for Severance is C.J. Johnson and I believe Reed Green. As we get the kickoff, nice job. There's going to be out of bounds though. So Severance will get decent position as they will start at their own 35.
Yeah, not the best way. He's got a decent leg. I don't know what Severance's return game is like, but you like to at least have a chance to pin him down farther downfield.
Yep. Maybe cause a fumble in there or something, but it is what it is. It'll be 1st and 10. Severance Silver Knights from their own 35. Be Brady Iverson once again underneath, receivers left and right. Going to be a handoff to Pennick on that right side. See, fights for a couple of yards. Looks like they're going to give it out to the 37. That will be a gain of 2, so 2nd and 8. Run by Pennick.
Yeah, good job of just containing that. All the linemen kind of just blocking to the right. Pennick needed to find a hole, and Fort Morgan had filled them all. Fort Morgan has 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and running a 2-deep safety scheme.
So receivers right and left once again. It's going to be a handoff to Pennick as he's going to kick it out to the right side. Oh, nice job out there. Oh, Cooper Chisholm. Nice job out there by Coop.
Yep.
Nice tackle, no gain. So nice job there by Cooper Chisholm to wrap up out there.
Maybe the Fort Morgan coaches came up with a little different slant or technique for them to play and slow down their running game.
So still bring up a 3rd and 8. See if the Mustangs can hold here. Receivers split wide right and left once again. Iverson under center. It's going to be a handoff to Pennick. A nice job there by Wyatt Patterson. Wyatt Patterson will drop Pennick for a loss of 2. So I'll bring up a 4th and 10 from the 35. Nice start here in the second half by the Fort Morgan defense.
Yeah, let's hope that offense picks up on that and gets some momentum and maybe get a drive going.
So Angel Lopez Sarinana and Jaden Carrera back for the Mustangs about the 35-yard line. Nice snap back and punt. Not a real long punt. It's going to land about the 48 and going to take a roll down to the Mustang 42. Say at the 41. So it'll bring up a 1st and 10. Mustangs will get a shot here. Their first shot in the second half. As they will bring out their usual, it looks like. Looks like Frankie is back in, so it looks like he might just had a stinger there. So So 1st and 10 from their 41. Snap back, handoff to Frankie as he came across. And he's going to get out to the, not quite to the 46, I don't believe we'll call it. See where they put it down. If it is the 46, he'd be a gain of 5.
And that's kind of interesting. He had the first carry of the first half for 2 yards, and then they never ran him again than the first round of the second half. But that's better yardage, too, on the first time, and this time 5 yards, so maybe run that play again.
So 2nd and 5 from their own 46. Going to put Frankie in motion once again. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, though, to Samson Ortega. But he is going to be thrown for about a 2-yard loss back to the 44. So they'll bring up a 3rd and 7 from their own 44-yard line. Not much going on here for the Mustangs yet, as they send Angel Lopez Serenana wide left with Frankie in the slot just to the right. As JJ gets his instructions. Snap back, look over to the left, and that's going to be a nice catch there by Siriana for the first down. Nice connection there from JJ to Angel Lopez.
Nice 10-yard completion to get the passing game started.
So 1st and 10 from the...
You said that was Lopez that caught that one?
Yep, Angel Lopez Serenana with a nice catch across the middle. Going to put Lopez in motion. Going to be a handoff. It's going to be a pass by Lopez. No, he's going to have to pull it down. He was looking maybe to Ashton Meeks. Or not Ashton Meeks, that was Samson Ortega. But he had to pull it down. It's going to be a loss back to the 50. So a loss of 4. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So I don't think I've seen that one before where Angel was going to throw it, but
no, and he was open, but he needed to hold the ball for about 3 more seconds.
JJ, there's the screen pass at the 50 to Angel Lopez. Spins and didn't get quite to the 45, back to the 46.
Helping out on the stop, number 45.
Yep, to the 46. So a gain of 4, back to the 3rd and 10. So once again, it is senior day here at Legion Field. 2 receivers left, 1 right. I'm going to snap back to JJ. He's going to roll out to his left. He's got some room. And he's going to end up getting run out of bounds on the far sideline. And he picks up about 5 to the 41. They're going to mark it back to the 42.
Some positive yardage for Marquez on his first carry of the second half.
So a gain of 4. We bring up a 4th and 6 as they're going to go for it here. Too close to punt. Too far to kick an extra field goal.
Yeah.
So you're kind of in no man's land. So you got to go for it here. 4th and 6, plus you're also down 14 to nothing. So 2 receivers to the right. Going to send Ashton Meeks. He'll line up to the right side. JJ with a pass, and that is going to be behind Frankie. He was in front of the defender, but it was behind Frank. So an incomplete pass. That'll be a turnover on downs for the Mustangs. So that will be 1st and 10 Severance from their own 42.
How many years old is that school in Severance? They haven't had a high school there for very long, has it been?
No, not too long.
Maybe like 3-4 years of varsity play? Or?
Yeah, it could be, yeah. So a handoff to Pennick as he goes up the middle. He's going to get out at least to the 45. So he'd be a gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
3-yard gain on the play.
as the Mustangs closed it up pretty well there. So one receiver right, one left. I formation behind Iverson. Iverson's going to hand off to Pennick once again around that right side. He's going to get first down yardage, excuse me. They're going to give him out to the 48 of Fort Morgan. So 7-yard gain. He got just what he needed. So 1st and 10 from the Fort Morgan 48.
They're having a little more success running this second series of the second half for them.
High formation once again behind Iverson. He's going to hand it off to Pennick once again. He's got a little room there, and he's going to get it across the 45 down to about the 43.
He and Pennick on the carry.
So bring up 2nd and medium here at the gain of got 5. So we'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, first half he averaged just a little over 4 yards per carry, and as so far this half he's got about 5 yards per carry.
Yeah, he seems to be the workhorse for Severance. High formation once again. Going to be a handoff to Pennick as he goes around that right side across the 40, and it looks like he'll have enough for the first down, and he will. Gets it down to the 37. Gain of 6.
Yeah, they just hand that off to him, and he heads up the middle, and then Fort Morgan stuff in the middle so well that he's just bouncing it to the side, and he's had a couple nice runs.
Yeah, he's been able to get around that defensive end who's not turning him back in. Hand off to Pennick once again. He bounces it out across the 35, the 30. And down. I'm going to mark it right at the 30, it looks like. So a gain of 7. Be 2nd and 3.
Now they're establishing that dominance on that offensive line that they had going towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, Fort Morgan they're wearing down that front 4 for the Mustangs. Going to realign Gazdick. Now it's going to be a handoff once again. Almost got pulled down in the backfield by Underwood. And he's going to come up short. It's going to be 3rd down. Let's see where they marked him at and got him out of the 38.
28. Yep.
Or 28, excuse me.
2 yards.
So it'll be 3rd and 1 from the 28. And you know it's 4-down territory if he gets caught short of the first down. I'm going to send a man in motion, realign the tight end from the right side to the left side. Going to be a handoff to Pennick, and he's going to have the first down as he goes down inside the 25, almost to the 20. So that'll be 1st and 10 from the 22, gain of 6.
He's not breaking free, but he's definitely hitting that hole hard and fast, and that seems to be hard for Fort Morgan to adjust to.
Yeah, he's getting his, what'd you say, about 5 yards a carry before he's getting brought down. Going to realign Gazdick once again. Going to be a handoff to Pennick once again. He's going to be down to the, where's he at? Down to about the 17.
So we'll give him 5 on that.
So 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 5. From the 17. Once again, they realign the tight end. Going to be a handoff once again. He's going to be brought. No, I thought he was going to get brought down in the backfield, but got out of the grasp of Wyatt Patterson. Excuse me. And he is going to get enough for the first down.
First down.
So 1st and 10 as he
On the 12-yard
down to the 12. Seem to be getting just what they need to get that first down. As they're running time off the clock, they were 6:45 when the drive started. They were down to just a little over 2 minutes. Going to realign once again. Hand off to Pennick. He goes around that right side. It seems to be working, and he's going to get down to get into the end zone. Nope. Looked like he was stretching it out, but he does get enough for a first down as he is down to the 1-yard line.
for another Severance first down.
11 yards on that carry, and
So 1st and goal.
he's a senior.
Yeah, looks like. Ethan Pennick, yep.
Iverson's just a junior. He'll be coming back for another year.
So we'll see if they should give it to Pennick. I would. He's been doing all the work here, and he's going to keep it. I don't know if it was supposed to be a handoff to Reyna or who it was, but they missed the connection there. So Morales with the stop. So I'll be back to the 5, a loss of 4. Still 2nd and goal. From the 5, down to 1:20 here left in the 3rd period. It's been a quick period. Pennick once again, the deep back for Severance. He's going to have it. He's going to be hitting the backfield this time. Initial hit was by Wyatt Patterson. And then Noah Aguirre and Anthony Cibrian with a stop. So that'll bring up a 3rd and goal. And that is back to the
8-yard line.
3rd and 8.
Fort Morgan kind of said enough is enough. Let's stop this right here.
Yeah.
They don't have a kicking game, so we don't have to worry about a field goal. They'll go for it on 4th down if they don't make it on 3rd.
So 3rd and goal from the 8. Yeah, they finally figured out what is happening there with Pennick. Going to be a handoff left side this time. Nice job there by Noah Aguirre once again.
Another tackle on the backfield, this time
Yep.
number 75.
Another loss.
Yeah, another loss back to about the 9.
Bring up 4th down.
So nice defensive stand here by the
And
Mustangs.
that's the end of the quarter. Wow.
That will bring us to the end of period number 3 as the Mustangs trail it to Severance here on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Severance with the field goal try, and that looked like I was out there trying to kick a field goal. It was just kind of a spinner off to the left-hand side. So nice job by the Mustangs. They let them march down the field, but then they stood tall once they got down inside the 10.
Yep.
So nice job as it will be 1st and 10 Fort Morgan from their own 20, but nice.
Definitely their worst field position of the day.
JJ looks over to the sideline. We got Sincere Coleman split out wide to the left with Frankie in the slot. Going to be snapped back and going to be a screen to Aiden Brown, but they're going to give him. They haven't blown the whistle yet. There's about 6 defenders on him.
Yeah, and he had one lineman pushing him, and Fort Morgan was winning that battle.
Yep.
That's some determination there.
So they are going to get him out to the 23, so they'll get him a gain of 3. So nice job there by mostly with Aiden Brown and his assistant. They're going to get up to the 24, so 2nd and 6 from the 24. Aiden Brown in there once again at the back. He's going to hand off. It's going to be a keeper on the right side as JJ gets it to Frankie at the 45 to 50, the 45 to 40, 35 to 30, 25, and he's pulling away Up and there's a flag in the backfield at the 15. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Coming back on a holding call against the Mustangs.
I thought maybe it was like roughing the passer because he did take a hit as he was delivering that, but it wasn't late at all.
That's probably one of the best plays we've seen all year, and it gets called back on a.
Definitely the best pass. That was right in there, hit him in stride, and he had about a yard on him and kept that yard on him the rest of the way down.
Frankie's pretty fast, but that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. That's too bad. It must not have been a very good hold because there was about 3 guys on top of JJ when he threw it. So that'll be a march of 10. So it should be a 2nd and 16.
10-yard penalty on the play.
They brought it back all the way to the 13. So, 17 for a first down. Well, that's too bad.
Yep.
For Frankie to have that chance to score.
JJ about got him to jump, but they did not. Now he looks over and gets his sign from the coaches. I don't see. It's going to be a snap back to JJ, and he's going to be sacked. He just cannot stand back there that long. He's got to learn to. JJ's going to take exception to it, so he doesn't want to lose any more yardage than you've got. Not that you're going to go back much farther. You're sacked at the 4.
A loss of 9 on that. Yeah, the next sack is going to be a safety, so he's got to just throw that away.
Yep. You got to get outside the pocket, but you got to roll it. You got to feel that pressure. You got to have that clock going off in your head. So Sincere Coleman once again out to the left. Frankie in the slot. Nobody to the right. They reset everybody back to the left side. Going to be a keeper by JJ. He gets out not quite to the 10. Nope. He's going to be brought down. It looks like at the 9. So it'll be a gain of 5. So I'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, definitely get a punt here.
About 4th and 15. 4th and 20.
And there's light in the booth. And they turned on the lights on the field. So everything's looking a little brighter out there.
So Frankie lined up in the end zone to receive the punt. And almost over his head, but nice job there. Nice kick by Frankie. It's going to be received he's going to be dropped, but Severance does fall on it, I believe. I don't know. I think Fort Morgan might have got it. Let's see who ended up with it. No, Severance ended up with it. That was Reed Green.
Good field position for them to start.
Fourth quarter is brought to you by Rudy's Tires. 9 locations across northeast Colorado and Nebraska means there's always a location close by. Rudy's Tires brings you Eastern Plains Sports Today every weekday on 1010 KSIR. Visit rudystires.com for more. So 8:42. As Severance will take over. 1st and 10 at the Mustang 35. Handoff once again. This is going to be to Gazdick.
And that's his 3rd carry, each of them being 1 yard.
Well, if he's nothing else, he's consistent. So 2nd and 9 from the 34.
And they haven't gone to Reyna this second half, and Reyna's also a senior. So I think he'd be getting some plays, but they have more games to play yet.
Yep, they'll be in the playoff starting next week. Gazdick once again lines up as the fullback. Going to be handed up. Oh, it's going to be a play action left-handed throw, and that is going to be nope. had a chance to be
Fastball is incomplete.
intercepted and could not quite come down with it. But it was through the hands of the tight end once again, and then through the hands of Sincere Coleman for the Mustangs. That'd have been a nice little pick there for him. But
Yeah, a couple Mustangs had an opportunity on that one before it fell to the turf.
so bring up a 3rd and 9 from the 34. Going to be a handoff on that left side, and breaking free on that far side is Pennick.
We got a hold though,
He
right
is
on the
gonna
left
be out.
edge.
Number 2, Ian.
67 was holding the defensive end.
So that should bring it back. That's from the spot of the foul.
Which is at the 32.
We'll see what the ref will come over and, yep, as Kevin said, holding, and they're going to mark it off from the 34.
They're marking it from the original spot.
Huh, okay. So that'll bring up a 3rd and
19.
19.
See how Severance has in their book of tricks for a 3rd and 19. Just go with that run to Rennick off the side again.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice run he had just then.
So one receiver wide right, one left. And they're
Starting to run the clock.
Yeah, waiting to already running the clock down. Going to be a handoff. This time it's going to be to C.J. Johnson, and he is cut down for about. They're going to give him up to the 40. That'll be a gain of 4. So 4th and 15 from the 40, and they're going to line up to punt. We're going to put Angel Lopez Surinana back to receive. Low line drive with a spinner, and he's going to let it go, and it's going to go into the end zone for the touchback. So 1st and 10, Fort Morgan from their own 20.
6:29 left in the 4th quarter. Fast moving second half.
Fast moving second half as nobody has been able to find the end zone. 2 touchdown runs by Severance, one with a successful 2-point conversion, the other with an unsuccessful 2-point conversion. Looks like Samson Ortega back in the game for the Mustangs. Going to be a pass out here to Frank, and that not a good pass. Frankie could not come up with that. Incomplete pass for the Mustangs. We'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite get the ball. Didn't quite get to him, and as he went down to get it, he would have only had about a 3-yard gain. And
they need to move it down. But the problem is they try to get downfield very far, and they just don't have the time. It's going to be a keeper by JJ around this left side, and he is going to be hit hard about the 25, maybe the 26. We'll give him 6 on that. It'll be 3rd and 4. So a 6-yard gain. It will be 3rd and 4 from the 26 for the Mustangs. 2 receivers left, 1 right, and should be a first down by penalty as Severance comes across the line of scrimmage. It's not the first time that JJ's done that this year. He's had a pretty good job bringing getting the defense offside. So 1st and 10 from the 31. Snap back to JJ. Quick hitter to Frankie as he's going to get it out and far enough for the first down. So he'll get it to the 42.
Is good for a Mustangs. First down.
So a nice pass there. The Mustangs line up quickly. They're going to send Sincere Coleman wide right. Snap back, going to be a handoff up the middle, and that is to Samson Ortega. He's going to get out to about the 49.
Flag on the play, number 26, Samson Ortega.
It'll be a gain of 7.
Probably going to be an illegal formation.
Oh, we got a flag? Okay, yep. I think it was, yeah. I think Sincere was kind of confused about what was happening out there. So that will set him back 5, so I'll bring up first down again, first and 15 from the 37. Two receivers to the right, snap back to JJ, pass out to the flat. That's going to be intercepted. It was bobbled by Frankie and into the hands of Severance. And intercepted and finally tackled by the offense at the 25.
Wow. You just can't bobble that in the middle of traffic like that.
No, it was bobbling along and ended up in the hands of the wrong team. So 5:04 left here in this contest. It'll be first and 10 Severance from the Fort Morgan 25.
Well, we were talking with some of the flag crew last, I guess it was Thursday night. Flag crew used to be a long time by Fort Morgan Fire Department. Now it's the grounds crew.
Yep.
They've done a really good job of having this field ready for today, and it's looking nice.
Yeah, they haven't torn it up. They apparently got it off early enough, let it dry a little bit. No chunks have come up. But first and 10 Severance from the Fort Morgan 25. Snap back, pass down the left side is going to be over the head of the intended receiver, Parker Erickson. So I'll bring up a second and 10 from the 25. Apparently trying to surprise Fort Morgan maybe a little bit, but their strength today has been the run. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, it was uncharacteristic. They've passed. That was their 9th pass, but not very often on first down.
No, Jaden Carrera was out there for the Mustangs. And off once again. Oh, that's a face mask. That's going to be a 15-yarder on the Mustangs. As Wyatt Patterson reached out for the runner and grabbed him by the face mask, and that was Ian Pennick once again. So I'm guessing that's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the Mustangs.
Lucky for them, they're inside the 30, so it's only a 12.5 yard.
Is that what it is? Is inside the 30? Is that where they do the half?
Well, if it's a 15-yard penalty. If it's a 10-yard penalty, you'd have to be inside the 20.
Okay.
And then inside the 10 for the 5. But in this case, it's half the distance.
So they'll bring up a first down at the 13.
First down for the Silver Knights.
Receiver split wide right, one to the left with Pennick and Gazdick behind Brady Iverson. And it is going to be to Gazdick to the fullback as he's going to get it down to the 6.
Number 7, Kelson Gazdick on the carry.
Be a gain of 7, I believe. Second and 3 from the 7. So went fullback route that time. Pennick is, you can tell by the uniforms who's been getting the workout out there.
Yes, you can.
He's the only one that's muddy so far. Going to be handoff to Pennick around that left side. He's going to cut it back up the middle, and he is going to be into the end zone for the 7-yard touchdown.
Number 2, Ian Pennick on the carry.
So Pennick
Gets his second touchdown of the night
Yep.
or afternoon, evening.
So it looks like they're going to try and kick the extra point this time.
I would think they'd want to practice that
Yeah,
as much
yeah.
as possible going into the post, because it's really not going to matter.
3:48 left here in the fourth period. Snap down, kick. That was much better than what the field goal try was, that's for sure, and that point after is good. With 3:48 left here in the contest, the Mustangs find themselves down by a score of 21-0. Three running touchdowns by Severance.
Fort Morgan had that one good play that would have put points on the board, but was brought back by a holding penalty, and maybe that's what allowed Marquez enough time to make that throw.
Yep.
You never know, but be nice to see Fort Morgan go down on this last drive of the season and get some points.
So Fort Morgan, they sent in. Trying to figure out who they got. I'm trying to see who they got back for. They got Noah Aguirre back and Frankie back. I believe that's Noah. I think that's 75.
Let's all rise for the kickoff.
Frankie's about the 11. Noah sits about the 12. And the kickoff is going to be to Frankie at the 15, the 20, the 25, about the 28, 27, or 28.
Kickoff is returned by number 7, Frankie Urias.
So the Mustangs first and 10
Stop at the 28-yard line, first and 10.
from their own 28. See if the Mustangs got it in them to try to get down the field and get something in the end zone with 3:42 left here in the game, in the season for the Mustangs.
Severance seems to rush the 4 linemen, and then one of the linebackers, usually 45, comes in on a blitz and tries to find a hole to get through. And
You got picked up that time. It's going to be 2 dropped pass to Samson Ortega, but probably just as well he'd have had about a 3-yard loss, as he was surrounded by Silver Knights. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Once again, senior day here at Fort Morgan. And then Frankie took off, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty on Frank.
yeah, the defensive backs for Severance were acting like a pony jumped out of the cake at their 3rd birthday because we got 1 penalty against Fort Morgan.
So back to the 23. 2 receivers right, 1 left. That's Aiden. No, that's Jess to the left. Pass by JJ is going to be incomplete.
Pass ball is incomplete.
What was? They must have done a. They threw a flag after it. There had to be a taunting or unsportsmanlike conduct on Severance. I didn't see what happened, because he was just walking away and the flag all of a sudden comes out. So it's going to be, I don't know if he kicked the ball or what happened. I didn't see what was going on. I can't see who the player. That's Sincere Coleman.
Going to be dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Severance.
Well, that's their 2nd
Yep.
dead ball unsportsmanlike. You'd think that they'd exercise some class, and sure the coaches will work on that going into the playoffs, because that's not what you need in a playoff game, is to give someone a 15-yard free pass.
Yep. So we'll bring up first down. Yeah, Sincere was actually had to play defense in that one to keep that one from being intercepted. So it'll be 1st and 10 Fort Morgan from their own 33. 33. How about the 37?
They've only used 19 seconds so far in this drive.
Ashton Meeks in motion. Going to be a rollout Going to be JJ with the throw down to Ashton Meeks at the 40. Nice job. They get it into to Severance's end of the field. So nice pass and reception there by the Mustangs. Be a 1st and 10, Fort Morgan from the Severance 40.
Longest completion of the day.
Snap back, going to be a handoff to Samson Ortega. He's going to backtrack a little bit, and he's going to end up losing yardage back to about the 42 or 3, maybe out to the 44.
Stop in the backfield by number 45, Casey Paulson.
We'll see where they end up. It's going to be at the 44. We lost a 4. We bring up a 2nd and 14.
He's had a rough day of rushing.
Yep.
6 carries for 3 yards.
Ball was tipped on the pass. JJ goes down. That ball was tipped on the pass, and it falls to the ground,
By number 77, Ethan Gonzalez.
which will bring up a 3rd and 14 from the 44. Sincere Coleman. Not sure what they're just telling him to get lined up. I guess what they're having him go back out there. It look like Sincere, and I'm not sure who that inside. That must be Frankie on the inside slot. Pass out to the far side to Sincere Coleman at the 40. Gonna try and get a little bit more, but that's about as far as it's going to go. I'll bring up another 4th and 10 now from the 40.
I'll bring up 4th 10.
So Frankie and Sincere split wide right. Jess, the tight end, to the left side with Ashton Meeks at the H-back. As he goes in motion, going to be a handoff. It's going to be a reverse and to Frankie, and he was looking to throw, and he is going to throw, and it's going to be intercepted by Ethan Shears.
Pass was intercepted by number 1, Ethan Shire.
So that did not fool Severance, as JJ was well covered. So another pick by the Mustangs. That's
3 for the night.
Yep, 3 on the Mustangs. We are down to 1:54.
I would think that they just about take a knee. Fort Morgan would probably not call their timeouts.
So 1st and 10 from their own 42. They got a different quarterback in there. That is going to be Christian Powell. I'm not sure who the running back is. Might be Gazdick. I can't tell what the number is. Going to be a handoff up the middle. See if we can. CJ Johnson with the carry. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 from the 46. See if they want to go into the victory formation, what they're going to do here. Looks like they're still going to let them play it out here. Shotgun formation, 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Snap is going to be bobbled. And then Wyatt Patterson, of course, is in the backfield. And he downs the quarterback there. So nice job by Wyatt Patterson. So 3rd loss of 6. Be 3rd and 12 from the 40. So we must be getting short on time here, I would think. What's the
46 and counting. So yeah, I think if they can just, if they take a knee here, the clock would run out, but I guess you want to give that freshman some snaps and varsity time.
And they go to delay a game. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 17 from the 35. So it looks like the Mustangs will fall to 2-8 on the season. 0-5 in league play. Going to be a handoff over on the far side to C.J. Johnson.
Tackle made in the backfield.
And
Number 75, Noah Geary.
Fort Morgan does call a
Fort
timeout.
Morgan's going to call a timeout.
Can't take them with you, Coach.
Be the last one of the season, I guess. I guess they want one more shot at it here. So
They might want to get some of the freshmen in or something, but I guess they're going to punt, so.
So about what? 4th and 20. Angel Lopez, Serenana, not real deep. Most of his punts haven't been real deep. They've been short and then getting a good roll. So I'm going to see if they can get a return here, get something they can set up. With 25.6 seconds left here in the Fort Morgan football season. And it's blocked and taken by the Mustangs. And that is going to be Dominic Vasquez. He came away with it. I'm not sure who got the block. It might have been Joel Morales.
I was thinking it was Underwood.
It might have been Underwood, but.
Or 18. I don't know who 18 is.
18 is Aiden Brown.
Yeah, might have been him. Because they don't see Underwood out coming off the field.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. 1st and goal for the Mustangs from the 8. So see if they can get one on the board here. It's going to be an inside handoff to Noah Aguirre. And Noah is into the end zone for the touchdown.
Senior time.
That's right. Gave it to
awesome.
Noah. Nice job there. So now
Number 75, Noah Geary.
touchdown run for Noah Aguirre. A nice way to top it off for Noah with 12.3 seconds to go.
Timeout, Musty.
They're going to go for 2.
Huh.
Nice job there by Fort Morgan.
Series of interesting plays where they stop them, hold them, and then block the punt just to give the senior, who contributed quite a bit as a freshman for that state championship team, an opportunity to score on senior night.
On senior night, yep. That was good. I thought maybe they might bring up their back people to try and block it instead of having a return, but they got the pressure in there to get the block. So we'll see what the Mustangs can do here for the extra point. I'm guessing Severance might have had their second line in there, but that's fine. Whoever is in there, you play against. So JJ with a rollout to the right, and he's going to try and cut up, and he is hit, but did he not? No, he's going to be just short. So the 2-point conversion fails.
12 seconds left in the game.
I think JJ got hit pretty hard. So the Mustangs, oh jeez, that's something we haven't heard for a while.
Yes. There you go.
Gonna end the season with a touchdown and a cannon going off. So, and watching the refs jump about 30 feet. It's a good way to close it out here for Fort Morgan, as they will now have to kick off to Severance. So Severance got on the board first on a 4-yard touchdown run with a 2-point conversion, put them up 8-0. And then Pennick in the second quarter took it 35 yards for the touchdown run. The PAT once on that one was no good. And then Pennick runs it in from 7 yards out. PAT was good for the 21-0 score at that time. Fort Morgan did just score off a play later after a blocked punt.
Rise for the kickoff.
So Severance is playing it like it's going to be an onside kick, and why not? You just as well make it an onside kick. And why not kick it away?
And we got out of bounds, or offsides anyway. Oh, we're getting pelted by footballs by the cheerleaders.
Yeah, just about got it in here if we'd had it open.
Yeah.
So they get to re-kick. They'll set them back 5 yards on the offside.
Offside's called against the Mustangs.
So we'll see. You know, if it was me, I'm not the coach. Why not kick it onside or just dump it over this front couple of lines here to end it all? But it's going to be a line drive kick about the 30, about the 35. Going to be picked up by C.J. Johnson as he is going to get it almost up to midfield with 5.9 seconds to go.
Returned by number 3, C.J. Johnson.
So C.J. Johnson,
49-yard line.
one kneel down for Severance will bring this game to an end. And it'll send Severance on into the playoffs as they were already 12th in the CHASA seeding index. Fort Morgan will end it 2-8, 0-5 in league. Severance will be 4-6, 2-3 in league. 3A playoffs will start next weekend, probably Friday and Saturday, I would guess.
Yeah, and for what Fort Morgan has gone through this season, they're still out there trying. Last week was probably the only time that I really felt like maybe they didn't give their full, but that was a really late game and they got shellacked pretty hard. So that's a little understandable. And they've got something to build on for next year. You got some seniors in the skill positions coming back.
Yep.
Still be interesting to see what Fritzler's plans are for next year.
Yep.
He would have made a big difference down the season, I think.
Yep. So that will bring this season and contest to an end with the Severance Silver Knights winning it by a count of 21-6. We will take a short break and be back with the post-game show here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, I didn't. How much time you need, Kevin? A couple of minutes?
Depends on how much you want. I'm just doing totals.
Well, let's give us a couple of minutes. That'll give the time. Okay. I'll let you know just before it goes out, and that will give us another. No. Keep her on her toes. Yeah, we'll give you a break until basketball starts, huh? We just, I don't, if we do like we usually did when John was here, we'll just probably do the brush game, I would guess, on the 19th. Everything else is a tournament game. One in Wiggins and one in Bennett, I think. And we haven't covered those in the past, so that's what I was going by. We'll see what Ben wants us to do. And if he wants us to do it, he can come down and do it. Now Severance is down past the end zone, rolling in the snow.
I hope the bus is warm on the way
Yeah.
home.
There.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they're headed off to the playoffs. So happy bunch.
And it's their first time in 3A, right?
I think so.
Last year. So stepping up a division and still competing, that's always positive.
Yeah, with a. Oh,
Yep.
we are always ready. May not sound like it. May not sound like it, but we are. Oh. Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Water is key to your crop success. Advanced Agri Solutions has year-round and seasonal probes that will help make sure you have the right amount of water. Call Dusty or Roxy McCormick at 970-571-2024. And if they were to go out there and probe it right now, there'd be quite a bit of moisture out there after we've had the last 3 days.
Yep.
Anyway, the Mustangs fall by a count of 21-6. As we said before, the Severance got their first touchdown with a 4-yard run, and the point after run was also good, made it 8-0. Pennick, with just over 3 minutes to go in the second period, ran it in from 35 yards out, made it 14-0. The try was no good. That's how it was at halftime. And then in the fourth quarter, it was Pennick once again on a 7-yard run. The PAT, that was a kick this time, was good for, made it 21-0 at that time. And then Fort Morgan got a Noah Aguirre run from, what was that? From
9 yards out.
9 yards out for the Fort Morgan touchdown after a blocked punt just previous to that. Point attempt was no good, so that brought the contest to a close with a count of 21-6 Severance, and I think Kevin's got some numbers.
Yep, just have totals for the teams. For Severance, they ended the night with 3 completions for 9 attempts, 33 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And then rushing, they had 46 attempts for 169 yards and 3 touchdowns, 202 total yards. So that's a pretty good defensive, effort, I think, by the Mustangs to keep them from getting much more than that. Fort Morgan ends the night passing 7 completions on 18 attempts for 66 yards, no touchdowns and 3 interceptions, 2 by Marquez and 1 by Urias on that trick play. And rushing, we ended up with 24 attempts for a minus 23 yards. That includes all the sacks and the 1 touchdown. So our total yards were 43. So you figure 43 yards to 202 and only lose by 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty good day. I look for these Mustangs to rebound in the off season. They need to get the linemen into the weight room, get the skill players working, and come back next year. It's going to be in the same league, and I don't think any of the leagues are necessarily senior heavy. This team had a couple good senior leaders, but we got to prepare for that. And
JJ will be back for his senior year, and then Frankie Urias will be back. Austin Hall will be back. Sincere Coleman is a sophomore; he'll be back. So they've got some good skilled position that's going to be back. So good. They'll give us something to look forward to, and for next football season. Our player of the game, Better Electric, covering all electric work from residential to commercial to agricultural. Better does matter. Call 970-521-1030. Better Electric is proud to bring you our game archives available on our social media. And as always, the last game of the season, our players of the game will be the seniors. And they are Angel Lopez Sarinana, Yateli Busanera, along with Ashton Meeks, Samson Ortega, Wyatt Patterson, Dominic Vasquez, Anthony Cibrian, Miguel Davila, Victor Villalobos, Peyton Vickers, Avery Jacino, Christian Velasquez, Aiden Diaz-Gill, and Noah Aguirre, Samuel Gabbert, Joel Morales, and the kicker is Julian Mahia for our players of the game. So And it was nice to see Julian come over from the soccer team. I don't think he was here right off the start, but did get somebody to come over and kick for him. But he got to finish the season kicking for the Mustangs. So thanks to Kevin
Yes, sir.
this year. It was a good,
Another good year.
another good year. Thanks to Christy behind the
Yep.
behind the glass for us in the
Yep.
running
all
the
the smoke and
controls.
mirrors.
That's right. With all the things that she has to control back there. And then also thanks to John Beltran for his help this year once again as he has moved on to warmer climates in Tampa, Florida. So we wish him all the best. So once again, the engineer for Fort Morgan Mustang football has been Christy Creighton. For Kevin and Rhodey, Christy Creighton. This is Brian Nickel. Once again, the final score. The Fort Morgan Mustangs fall in the finale here tonight by a count of 21-6. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustang football on Morgan County's B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.